So hello and welcome to this fifth video, which concern is suppleness, and it's the third part of anti-aging, suppleness. And before we go to suppleness, I just want to remind you that you can always talk to me, you can always communicate to me. If you have questions, because sometimes maybe I can skip information or whatever, just feel free to do it. Because my purpose is to help. So, I just remind you that we talk about pace. So pace, I wrote it down here. It's progressively accelerating cardiopulmonary exertion. So it's a very good one. And also I talk about speed. So speed is made of pace, so interval running. And also I talk about the program. I use Runtastic. Now there are, I think, other programs, around the world that can follow exactly your performance, and that's very important because you are not alone. It doesn't mean it's someone, but you can follow exactly what you have done. And it's like a company, you are running a company, and you are running a company with statistics, You know that you have made more benefits last year than this year. So it's the same. And you can follow this, and you follow this curve. You follow your progresses. It's very important because it validates you, the body, and it's just a team. And I mean, it's very, very important to follow up like this. So now we'll talk about suppleness. Suppleness, remember, on strength, I talked to you on the first video. What is the first? What was the third video? I talked about strength. I talked to you about joints. And I told you the first thing you do is you exert joints. You use the muscle just to exert joints gently, because joints are something that is that's parts of the body that have a hard time in life. So here I represent a body, the backward. I mean, this is the back of the body. And with circles, I represent joints. And we must understand that life is just terrible for joints, because if you look at vertebrae, we have terrestrial attraction that push those, that squeeze, in fact, those vertebrae. Everything, so that squeeze vertebrae here, that squeeze those joints here, at hips, knees, and ankles, and everything. So if you look, for instance, at ankles supports all the weight. If you weigh 100 pounds, I mean, you have 100 pounds here. Maybe here you have only 75 pounds, etc. It's less in this way. But most of the time, those joints are supporting very heavy weights. And you can stay still. For instance, you have a waiter, or in a restaurant, you have a sailor in a shop. He's still always like this, with all this weight, always like this. So what do we have to do? So basically, what happened is, I represent here a vertebra. Here there is a disc here, and it's squeezed, always squeezed. So what we have to do is just to make it breathe. Ideally, we should do like this, and this will breathe. Ha, 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 ha. You will be happy to breathe. So this is the key in suppleness. And what does it mean? That basically suppleness, you will have to do stretching. And I had the chance to have a coach for 10 years. And this coach was a dancer, classical dancer at the French Opera in Paris. And so he just, all the drills, the exercises was aimed to build a belt here, a belt made of muscles around here, the belly, that makes, something strong, and that supports the back, So avoiding pain. And also all your exercises must be in the direction of, contrary direction of this. It must be like this, You must stretch this way in order to put some air here, air and liquid. You will just air, liquid, oil the joints, and the joints will recover. I tell you this because when I started exercising with this coach, I remember I was, when I was walking, I was just starting to have a problem with my right hip. I felt, I had a pain. I started to almost limp, walk with a limp. Not quite, but almost, but I had a pain. And so I thought I had to see a doctor and have a radio, X-ray and everything, But it happened that I started to exercise with this guy, and I did a lot of stretching because so with this guy we were working on Sunday morning once a week for 1 hour. And we were stretching like this. And after a while, this pain disappeared totally. But I'm talking to you, I think it was 25 years ago, So usually when you have a pain, it gets worse with aging. But one more time, you can disagree. And that's stretching, and what happened when you stretch, you get suppleness. And suppleness, it's what its use. It's anti-aging. You are going backward, because you can wait, you can raise your leg and everything, You have no problem about this. So the idea is to practice suppleness every 3 days. 1 day is bodybuilding, another day is speed, with interval training, and the third day is suppleness, stretching. This is what suppleness is aimed at. Suppleness is just contrary to stiffness, and when you have here exactly a curve of strength, probably the curve of suppleness is doing in the same way, and you disagree, and you work at suppleness, and so you go backward. You must be able to move fast, easy, and supple. Okay, I love this body, so thank you very much for watching. I hope this video has been of good help. I'm always available to answer all your questions. And in the next video, we will talk about slenderness, which is another subject, a good one, and another subject on which you can have many wins, also. So thank you very much, and see you then.